Hello Lions fans, and welcome once again back to MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host David T. Pike, and as always, we're diving in. So, here's the thing folks, in today's episode we're going to be talking about another free agent that the Lions are reportedly interested in acquiring. They're reportedly interested in bringing into the team. And the reason why we know they're reportedly interested in bringing him into the team is because he is actually visiting with the team today. He is visiting with the Detroit Lions. He has gotten on a plane. He is going to be visiting us at Allen Park, so on and so forth. And that is defensive interior lineman DJ Reader. Now, here's the thing, folks. This is a name that I have definitely been hearing pop up in some of my social media circles. I've been hearing it from some of my friends, and they've been like, listen, this is a guy that we would like to see come in. I didn't know anything about DJ Reader at first. I'll be honest. I had to do a little research on him. But from what I can see, from what I can tell, there's actually quite a lot about this guy I actually am, kind of on board with. Because the way I look at DJ Reader is that this guy, if we want to be 100% upfront and honest about what he would probably be for the Detroit Lions, should they acquire him, chances are this guy would probably be the replacement for Isaiah Buggs that we lost, at the midpoint of last year or whatever it was, and then he went to the Kansas City Chiefs. First and foremost, let's understand exactly what I mean here. First and foremost, DJ Reader, just like Isaiah Buggs, is an interior defensive lineman which is best used as a nose tackle position, which is primarily what Isaiah Buggs was used for. He was used as a guy that was used right primarily in the middle to stuff up running lanes, was a big-bodied man, and he was primarily used to stop rushing lanes up the middle. So that right there already kind of works. But the second thing about it is the two men are exactly the same size. You go and you check out their profiles. DJ Reader, 6'3", 335 pounds. Isaiah Buggs, 6'3", 335 pounds. So it's like, okay, they play the same position, they have the same responsibility, they're the same damn size. Okay, 1 + 1 + 1 starts adding up pretty quickly. Now, I will say this. Okay, fine, we're possibly looking for a replacement for Isaiah Buggs. I know there were a lot of Lions fans this last season that were particularly, what's the word I'd use? Annoyed at the fact that Buggs was not playing a lot, because it seemed like that when Buggs was in the game, our defense did particularly a lot better than other guys like Benito Jones and so on and so forth. So it was like, hey, why is Buggs not playing? And honestly, we never really got a true 100% reason as to why that happened. But the biggest reason that I kept hearing from people is that there was a disagreement. There was some sort of a vocal backlash between, Buggs and defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. And that was pretty much why there was a reduction in playing time for Buggs. Never got any confirmation on that. That's just what I heard. But the reason why I can say I like this potential move is that when I went to PFF and I started digging around, this guy has, and I'm talking about DJ Reader now, this guy has done substantially better over the course of his career as far as not only statistical production, but again, according to PFF's grading metrics, has done significantly better in that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a picture of what Isaiah Buggs has done in his career and what he did last year in terms of the PFF grading metrics. I know for some people they don't really get too high on the grades. I myself don't, but I'm trying to do it to give you guys a comparative measurement. I'm trying to give you guys say, okay, this is what PFF said about Isaiah Buggs, and this is what they're saying he did. So, okay, there's that picture. Not really a whole lot of high grades. They pretty much don't see Buggs much of anything. Now take a look at DJ Reader. When you take a look at DJ Reader, his grades are substantially higher in comparison to Isaiah Buggs. Again, I know that for some people, they don't like the idea of using a grading metric system like PFF to try and compare players. But let's understand something here. Even if I don't like doing it, I know the NFL uses this system. I know they take a look at this stuff. So it's like, okay, if the NFL is going to do it, regardless of whether or not I agree with it, regardless of whether or not I think it's a fair metric system, is irrelevant. If they're going to use it, then I'm going to use it. And from what I can see, DJ Reader is a substantial upgrade. He is a substantial improvement in terms of both grades and in terms of stats. Best way I can put it is this. Just to think about this in comparison, if you take a look at the pass rush individuals, first and foremost, in the entire time that Buggs has been in the NFL, I think according to PFF, I think he has like 3 or 4 sacks. For DJ Reader, on the other hand, it's triple that. I think he has like 12 or 13. Again, you're not really expecting a whole lot of sacks from a defensive interior lineman, but DJ Reader is obviously a better fit in that comparison. So it's like, okay, if you can get DJ Reader to fit in and, take over the spot that Buggs left behind, who obviously, at least according to PFF, is a better overall player in that regard, plus he can also give a little bit of an extra pass rush, movement in the middle, alongside of Aleem McNeil, then okay, now you've got not only an improvement, but you've got somebody who can be that big body man in the middle, which will further enhance the Lions' run defense, which, let's understand something here. With how running backs have been flipping around all over free agency, yeah, it's still an importance for the Lions to have a strong running defense. It's still important for them to be able to stop run defenses, and I'm telling you this right now. There's a reason why the Lions are looking at defensive interior linemen, because they realize that opposing teams are going out and they're making acquisitions for these different running backs, and they realize, okay, the running back position, while it is vastly underappreciated and underpaid, it's still used quite a bit and quite well in the NFL. So getting DJ Reader in that respect, for me, makes a lot of sense. Now, I will say this. Some people are going to say, well, then, David, what does that mean for Eric Armstead? Pardon me. Somebody corrected me yesterday and said it's not Arik, it's Eric. So I'm going to go with that. Either way, point of the matter is, what does that mean for Armstead? Because the Lions are reportedly interested in signing Armstead. Well, here's what I can say. Armstead is 6'7", 290 pounds. At that point, if you wanted to, you could use Reader and Armstead in a rotational basis if you wanted to be like, okay, for one set of downs, we can have this guy in, or the next set of downs, we can have that guy in. Or the other thing I can think of, and somebody put this up in the comments, and I thought it was actually a pretty decent idea. Armstead is big enough, and he has enough mobility, and he has a good pass rush availability to him as far as moves and, the ability to get to the quarterback. You could, in theory, pop him a little bit closer to the edge roll and allow Reader to be on the inside with McNeil. So it's like, hey, the whole point of the matter is if you can get both of them, if you so desire, which the Lions look like they're at least trying to get one of the two, but let's just say they get both. If you get Armstead and Reader, Reader could primarily be the middleman in the middle, and I know that sounds ridiculous or redundant, but think about it. He can be the guy that's in the middle, opposite of Aleem McNeil, and then you can rotate him out with Armstead if you want to, series by series or play by play, whatever the case is. Or if you want to have them both on the field, you could bump Armstead out closer to the edge, kind of like what we do with Kaminsky on occasion, and then you'd have those guys all on the field at the same time, because sometimes we have 4 down linemen, sometimes we have 5. The whole point of the matter is it gives us options. And if there's one thing I know about Brad Holmes, he loves to have options on his teams. He loves to have versatility on the team to be like, hey, even if we have a guy that goes down with injury, we have another option that we can plug right back in. Or, hey, you know what? Even if guys aren't down with injury, we can rotate them in and out, or we can pump this guy out this way, or we can put this guy in here. The point of the matter is having these options, having this versatility, whether it's on the offensive line or the defensive line, is paramount. It is key for the Lions' success, because the more availability you have, the more versatility and flexibility you have at either of those 2 line positions, it gives you options, and it gives you I'm going to tell you this right now, it gives you a massive edge when you're going against opposing teams. Because one of the things that I have found watching the NFL and just playing football for as long as I did is that if you have options at your line positions, that gives you the ability to go through any sort of injury or any sort of trouble. If you have no options, that's when you start running into problems, because now it's like, crap, we don't have anybody to fill in. We have to start going to the free agency pool, and by the time you start having problems, chances are you're not going to find a whole lot of good options. So it's good to, I would say, stockpile or acquire these guys early, so that way you now have, hey, if somebody goes down with an injury, somebody gets suspended, or whatever the case might happen, we have options. We have different, possibilities to use, so that way when we get into a situation, we're not stressing, we're not panicking, we're not worrying about, well, what the hell do we do now? So for me, I don't know which way the Lions are going to go. I don't know if they're going to go for Armstead. I don't know if they're going to go for Reeder. I don't know if they're going to go for both. But the way I look at it is this. Reeder is in Detroit. He is visiting the Lions today. So I would say his chances of making the team, of getting a contract today, are pretty damn good. Now, as far as Armstead is concerned, that remains to be seen. But I know this, if we could get both of them, our defensive line unit, it would be a force to be reckoned with. Because it's like, okay, now we have a competent group, literally, like I've said, from one edge of the line to the next. So it's like, hey, I don't know what Brad Holmes is about to do, but again, I'm sitting back and I'm watching with anticipation and excitement. But with that being said, I just wanted to put this video together really quickly. We're probably going to have a lot more of this stuff come out today, so you guys better hold on because we're going to have another fun-filled day here at Motor City Mania. But with that being said, I just want to say thank you all for watching another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, I highly encourage y'all to watch the next episode. Also encourage y'all to do one of these three things, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If by chance you subscribed in the past, forgot to do so at the time, or you just subscribed and not had a chance to do so, again, please subscribe, helps out the channel, and I'm ever so immensely thankful for each one I can get. But also, please, after you subscribe, make sure you turn on that bell notification icon as well, so that way you never miss any more content that I push out. Again, subscription numbers are always going up, but we want to make sure that you guys turn on that notification icon, so that way you never miss any more content that I push out. Also encourage y'all please to share the content with your Lions friends and family members. Share it here on YouTube, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it everywhere and anywhere you can with everybody and anybody that you can. The more we share it, the greater the channel spreads and the greater the channel grows. And with that being said, to everybody, I hope y'all are having a great day. I hope y'all enjoyed the content. And I most importantly hope that there's something out there in your life today that will give you a smile. And with that being said, God bless. Hope y'all are doing well. And until the next time we meet, I'll see y'all in the next episode.